Welcome back to Fishing with Vance, the fishing channel, not trying to sell you anything. Well, I'll tell you, you can probably tell I'm pretty excited today. And why am I so excited? Well, because I've got my man, the young gun, Catter, one of the OGs of this channel, is back with me today, spending the day with his dad. So we do this every spring when I'm about to take this thing out fishing. And we got to do some maintenance with it to make sure we're going to be safe, especially he's making sure Old Man River's safe here when he takes it out on the water. So as I've gotten older, I'm really not capable of doing this, so I got to bring in the youngster there to help. He's a strong young guy. So what we have to do, one of the most important things you got to do when you have one of these is you got to make sure that those pontoons are not holding water. And every year, you know, those of you guys that watch the channel, you know that I fish in reverse. And so a lot of times water comes over the back of the boat. And if you have a Pelican Bass Raider, this thing is not really sealed. I've sealed it over the years to try to keep as much water out, but water eventually gets in those pontoons. So I have Bobby come over every year. We have to take everything off the boat. And then I'm going to show you how he lifts the whole thing up. And we'll see how much water's in there. But it's a good safety thing I do every year. He comes over, empties out the pontoons of water. So we'll see how much is in there, and I'm going to film it and let you see what we do. That's the first thing we do to start sort of the spring maintenance of the old Pelican Bass Raider. Catter, any thoughts?
Happy to be back, and always fun to be part of the channel. As always, it's been a little bit of time, but now today we're gonna see if we can get that cleaned out and ready to go for the year. And stay tuned for more on Fishing with Vance.
NoMore.com.
Oh, wait, no.
over.
Okay.
All right, so the first thing I gotta do is take everything off the boat. The bad thing about this is, you know, you guys that follow the channel, that battery in the middle there, it's got to come off because he's going to eventually lift this entire thing up and empty these out. So let's start the process of taking everything off the boat. I don't even have the ratchet straps off, so here we go. All right, so we got everything out of the boat. Now, the additional challenge with my Pelican is I like to keep the battery on the boat because I have the Anderson connectors going up both sides. There's one down there, you can see it, and this one here. And so the wiring runs underneath. This is something that my old partner High Life did. Probably could replace the floor here anytime soon, but not today. So what we got to do is get this off. So as much as I don't like disconnecting the battery, I'm going to do that here. That wasn't the cleanest thing, but we'll get her figured out. So I'm going to put, so I don't lose the leads, I'm going to put the lead back on. And we'll do the same thing back here. It's pretty tight, but one little, I happen to don't have my Allen wrenches, so just I had it tighter than you think. Didn't I, Bob?
Sure did.
So we'll just unscrew this.
Probably not a bad thing given what it's holding.
Yeah, exactly. So pull that. Quite the little adventure here. And then this comes off. And now this is going to stay. Let me put this lead back on real quick, Bob. So we'll throw that there. And now he has to take this whole thing off. And you just set that on my workbench, buddy.
No, this is all free.
Yep, good to go. So
actually a pretty cool view of the apparatus that we have to do what we do.
Yeah.
And the way that it's designed with the lag bolts in there.
Yeah, it is. And if you're new to the channel, hold that up one more time. If you're new to the channel, the reason that's on that board like that and bolted down, as they say, bolted down and ready, I used to have a battery sit right here, and this thing, this caravan trailer was like a little trampoline. So every time bump I hit, that battery would jump up and it would actually impale itself on the bottom of my table. and it would roll over and all kind of stuff. And that battery is very light. It's only like 14, 15 pounds. So I had to have something to keep it in place. And I don't want to take it on and off and disconnect it every time. So that apparatus actually works really well, other than for this product. But we'll put it back, no problem. So thank you, Bob.
For once a year spring maintenance, it's a small price to pay.
Indeed. All right, so we have everything off the boat now. We've got the dogs next door barking like crazy, so shout out to Jen. But what we're going to do here is take this off the caravan trailer. Now, one little caveat, if you guys have these trailers or not, it's not hooked up to anything, so I got to hold this down. I'm going to hold it down with my foot here while Bobby pulls the boat off. And just as a side note, when we were moving everything and he was moving this out into the driveway, we heard a whole bunch of water sloshing around in that boat. So I am glad that I've got Bobby here to get that water out of there before we start the season. So Bob, I'm going to hold this down while you pull that off. And once we do, then we'll take the plugs out. So just don't hurt yourself, young man. Don't worry about it. If it scrapes the driveway, I don't care. Wow. Oh, did you hear all that?
Did you guys hear that?
Oh, man, it was a bunch.
Uh-huh.
All right, so once it's clear, I can take my foot off this trailer. Perfect. And I'll actually scoot this up a little bit. All right, there we go. Thank you, Bob. All right, so now we got to undo these plugs, and it's hard to see them. I'm going to bend down. He can get down and do it. If you have a pellet, yeah, lift that up a little bit and we'll show
like
him.
To see the plugs?
There we go. There are the plugs. Boy, the bottom of the boat's dirty, but as I always say, you don't want a clean boat. That means you ain't using it. So we're going to take this out. It's just a little thing that goes over like that, and then they gently pull those out. And they have a thing so you don't lose them. Just gently. There we go. Good job. All right, so I'm going to set this down and we'll let the young, strong guy here lift it up. And I'm going to be filming at the ready position to see how much water comes out. We know there's some in there because
we sure do.
We heard it. And what he has to do, he has to actually tip it all the way up. So whenever you're ready, young man.
We're ready to go.
All right, let her rip.
Here we go.
Oh boy, look at that. No wonder I couldn't get the... I wonder it was hard for me to load. All right, it's kind of hard to see, but definitely water coming out of there. All right, definitely water coming out of there. It's still coming, buddy. Let her rip. It's more in there than you think. Again, any little bit of water is going to add weight. And the reason that's very important, number one, you don't want to sink. I don't think you'd sink, but it's just heavier for me to lift it up onto the caravan trailer. It's still coming out, buddy.
Sure is.
Yeah, we're going to get those brand new shoes all covered in water. So
that's Nike shoes from basketball season that I still broke out for the spring here.
Nice. Seems to be slowing down a little bit, but still coming out, I believe.
It's definitely a solid stream on the right still.
Yes. Before he lowers that down, we're going to inspect the bottom of this boat, make sure there's no holes in it. Because those of you that follow the channel know that most of the places I fish, there are not docks, so I have to run it aground. This boat is 10 years old now, believe it or not. And for all the uses, I would say I've probably fished on it. I probably average 30 times a year, so it's over 300 times that this has been in and out of water and running aground. It's actually in very good condition for that. I think it's still actually coming out, if you can believe it. It is. So keep going, buddy. We're draining it out nicely.
This is probably maybe 2 years worth.
Probably 2 years worth. I don't think we...
Potentially 2 years worth.
Probably. All right, so I do think he's got it all, but I am going to take a look here. Hopefully you can see this. Let's just check it. And it's a little scuffed up, but it's still holding up. And there's a little bit of scuffs there, but there are no holes. And I'll tell you, this is worth the money. Like I said, I've used this thing probably 300 times, run it aground 300 times, and it's still holding up very nicely. I think you got it, my man. So let me move out of the way, and he's going to lower it back down, and we'll put the plugs in.
Based on the places we take it, the condition is pretty remarkable. Based on the places we take it and the number of trips that we've done.
No question.
It's in pretty darn good condition.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it, because look how much water come out.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
there's definitely more in there than you even could hear.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. More than you think.
More than you think.
All right, let's let her down. And
you good?
Yeah, that's it. Let's let her down and put the plugs back in. Ah, it's good to be young and strong, that's for sure.
I got that brand new Fishing with Vance hoodie all dirty right as we're trying to show it off to you, but
yeah, that's okay.
That's part of what it's for. That's part of what gives it charm.
That's right. That's right. And of course, we have to shout out my dad. That's why he's wearing that Chief Wahoo hat. My dad was a gigantic Indian fan, and that's why we wear the Indian hats. A lot of people ask a lot of questions about that. Why do you wear that Indian hat? It's for one reason and one reason only, because my dad, my hero, was a huge Indian fan, and he always wore a Chief Wahoo hat. So now that's why I wear one, and so does his grandson, who he's named after. So, all right, Bob, thank you very much for that. And that's step one of the maintenance. And we'll pick up step two here in a second. All right, so now we've gotten the water out of the boat. Bobby's put the boat back on the caravan trailer. So now you have to put everything back in the boat. But one thing that I always check is to make sure that I get it rewired right. So it's a little bit of a challenge to put all the red and all the black wires back. The leads that come with this Dakota lithium can be challenging to get multiple things wired. So what I do now is test that it's working before I get out on the water. So I already turned on the Lowrance, and yes, it did turn on. And so the next thing I'm going to do is plug in my Minn Kota motor to both the front and the back, opposite the front and the back Anderson connector, and make sure they work. So let's start with the back. This stand comes in very handy to hold your Minn Kota motor. So I'm just going to plug that in, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to hit anything with my prop down there. And as you can see, it works. So successful test. Pull it out, and now I'll wheel it to the front. All right, so I ended up testing the back Anderson connector as well as the front Anderson connector. It both worked, so the battery was hooked back up correctly. I'm going to cut the video off here. It's probably long enough, and I'll save additional maintenance for another video at another time. Most of that maintenance is going to be involving the caravan trailer. I need to pack the bearings with grease and give it a good cleaning and things along those lines. So I'm going to stop the video here. One other thing that I do that I've already done last year is I do put sealant on here. You can't really tell now, but I'll go around and put some silicone all around the top of this. You can kind of see it, but that helps to keep some of that water out of there, and I'll probably do that again. So that's another piece of maintenance that I would do before I take it out fishing. That takes a few minutes, so nothing really magical about it, so I probably don't need to show you that. Biggest piece was getting that water out of the boat before you take it out there. Make sure you put the plugs back in too. So anyway, so that's going to wrap up this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please comment what some of the maintenance things that you do if you own a Pelican or any boat for that matter. And let me know what you think. I really appreciate you watching. Great to have my son on the videos today. Good to have him back for a video. So hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I think this should be the last garage video, or one of the last garage videos before I actually get fishing, hopefully. So stay tuned for that. We'll get this thing on the water and hopefully put some fish in this boat. So I'll see you on the next one on Fishing with Vance. If you like this video, check out the playlist of all my other videos for catching bass off the Pelican, trout, and also really have gotten into carp fishing lately. In the off season here, I do a lot of product reviews on the Pelican fishing rods and reels. And then obviously lots of Pelican boat mod videos. So check those out. We have playlists for that. Hit subscribe, hit like, and comment. Thanks for watching.